Imagine a world where two of the biggest and most powerful countries join forces to shape the future of our global economy. A world where they cooperate on trade, investment, energy, technology, finance, and more. This is a reality of China and Russia's new alliance. Here, we're going to explore how the alliance can impact the international economy and what it means for you and your country. But what does this alliance mean for the rest of the world? How will it affect the global balance of power, the prospects of growth and development, and the challenges of climate change and inequality? Well, let's start with the economic dimension. China and Russia have been increasing their trade and investment links, as well as their cooperation in energy, infrastructure, technology, and finance. According to the World Bank, their bilateral trade reached $107 billion in 2022, up from $69 billion in 2018. China is now Russia's largest trading partner, accounting for 17% of its total trade, while Russia is China's 10th largest trading partner, according for 2% of its total trade. China and Russia have also been expanding their joint projects in sectors such as oil and gas, nuclear power, railways, highways, ports, and telecommunication. For example, they have completed the Power of Siberia pipeline, which delivers natural gas from Russia to China, and they're working on the Moscow-Kazan high-speed railway, which is going to connect the two countries via Kazakhstan. They have also launched a joint venture to develop a wide-body passenger jet called CR-927, and they're collaborating on a lunar research station. Moreover, China and Russia have been enhancing their financial integration, especially in response to the U.S. sanctions imposed on Russia over its annexation of crimes and intervention in Ukraine. They have increased their use of their currencies in bilateral trade and investment transactions, reducing their dependence on the U.S. dollar. According to the Bank for International Settlements, the share of yuan in Russia's foreign exchange reserves rose 5% in 2018 to 15% in 2022. While the share of the ruble in China's foreign exchange reserves rose from 0.1% in 2018 to 0.5% in 2022. They've also established swap lines between their central banks to facilitate liquidity provision and exchange rate stability. Furthermore, China and Russia have been supporting each other's participation in multilateral economic institutions and initiatives, such as the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, AIIB, the New Development Bank, NDB, and the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. These platforms allow them to coordinate their policies, mobilize resources, expand their influence, and challenge the dominance of Western-led institutions such as the IMF, the World Bank, and the WTO. So what are the implications of China and Russia's economic cooperation for the international economy? On one hand, it could bring some positive effects, such as stimulating growth and development in both countries and their regions, promoting trade and investment diversification, enhancing connectivity and infrastructure, fostering innovation and technology transfer, addressing common challenges such as poverty reduction, health security, and environmental protection, and contributing to global public goods such as peace and stability. On the other hand, it could also pose some negative effects or risk for other countries or regions, such as creating unfair competition or market distortions, undermining global norms or standards, exacerbating geopolitical tensions or conflicts, increasing vulnerability or dependence, violating human rights or democratic values, or aggravating global imbalance and inequalities. Now, let's move on to the political dimension. China and Russia have been aligning their political interests and positions, as well as their diplomatic and propaganda strategies, on various regional and global issues. They've also been supporting each other's legitimacy and sovereignty, as well as their opposition to external interference or pressure, especially from the West. For instance, China and Russia have been backing each other's claims or actions on territorial or maritime disputes, such as Taiwan, Hong Kong, Xinjiang, Tibet, and South China Sea, the East China Sea, Crimea, Ukraine, Georgia, and the Arctic. Moreover, China and Russia have been projecting their political influence and soft power in various regions and countries, especially in the developing world. They've been offering economic assistance or incentives, providing military or security support, supplying vaccines or medical equipment, conducting joint exercise or drills, hosting summits or forums, signing agreements or memoranda, launching media outlets or platforms, and promoting their cultures or values. Furthermore, China and Russia have been advocating for a multipolar world order and a new type of international relations based on mutual respect, equality, non-interference, dialogue, cooperation, and win-win outcomes. They've also been calling for a reform of the global governance system to reflect the changing realities and needs of the world. They've been also opposing any attempts to impose a unipolar or hegemonic order based on the Western values or interests. So, what are the implications of China and Russia's political cooperation for the international community? On the one hand, it could have some positive effects, such as enhancing diversity and pluralism in global affairs, facilitating dialogue and consultation on complex issues, resolving conflicts or crises through peaceful means, respecting the sovereignty and choices of different countries, and promoting a more democratic and representative global governance system. On the other hand, it could have some negative effects or risk for other countries or regions, such as undermining international law or rules, violating human rights or freedoms, threatening regional or global security or stability, spreading authoritarianism or liberalism, eroding trust or confidence among stakeholders, or polarization in the world. Finally, let's look at the strategic dimension. China and Russia have been enhancing their strategic partnership and coordination, as well as their military and security cooperation. They have also been developing their capabilities and readiness to deter or counter any political threats or challenges from the West. For example, China and Russia have been holding regular consultations and dialogues on strategic issues such as nuclear weapons, missile defense, outer space, cybersecurity, counterterrorism, regional hotspots, and major power relations. They have been conducting joint military exercises or operations in various domains such as land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace. They've also been exchanging military personnel or information, sharing military technology or equipment, and signing military agreements or treaties. Moreover, China and Russia have been expanding their military presence or influence in various regions or countries, especially in those that are adjacent or important to them. They've also been challenging or confronting the U.S. or its allies on various issues such as arms control, nuclear proliferation, missile deployment, freedom of navigation, military bases, or alliances. Furthermore, China and Russia have been modernizing or upgrading their military forces or capabilities, especially in areas such as nuclear weapons, hypersonic weapons, anti-satellite weapons, artificial intelligence, stealth technology, and electronic warfare. They've also been increasing their defense spending or investment as well as their defense innovation or research. So, what are the implications of China and Russia's strategic cooperation or international security? On one hand, it could have some positive effects, such as enhancing deterrence or stability, preventing war or escalating, reducing tension or mistrust, and fostering cooperation or confidence-building measures. On the other hand, it could also have some negative effects or risks for other countries or regions, such as triggering an arms race or proliferation, increasing uncertainty or unpredictability, provoking confrontation or crisis, and undermining security, architecture, or norms. Therefore, other countries or regions need to monitor closely China and Russia's strategic cooperation, engage constructively with them on areas of mutual interest or benefit, balance or hedge against them on areas of divergence or threat, cooperate or coordinate with other partners on common goals or challenges, and to reform or strengthen existing multilateral institutions or mechanisms to ensure a more inclusive, transparent, accountable, effective, and sustainable global security governance. We hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new about how China and Russia's new alliance can impact the international economy. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Also, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about the topic. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.